this was the one day.
Why don't you come up around 7? Catch up on a little business.
Tom Founders shouldn't have worked late.
I'm not going to do this. Nobody has to know. Nobody gets hurt.
She said you sexually harassed her.
She harassed me.
I want to know whether I can sue her.
This can blow everything sky high.
You're setting me up.
You have no idea what you're up against.
We'll see.
An ITV movie premiere. Disclosure, Saturday at 9.
Next night, more carping from the not-so-coy Ed Hall in the Haunted Fishtank.
Every day, more mums and dads choose Pampers than any other nappy. Why?
Because it keeps my baby's bottom dry, smooth, soft.
Like a sort of peach.
I can tell the difference.
She normally sleeps for 11 hours, and when I take the nappy off, her skin is really dry. I wish my skin was like that.
Pampers are the only nappies with lotion care.
Well, you can see the lotion strips sort of shining in the bottom of the nappy.
It's like a protective seal for your baby's skin.
And as long as he's happy, you know, happy child, happy parents.
They're obviously working.
I've tried using other nappies.
There is a huge difference.
Told you so. Pampers, the favourite nappy with mums, dads and babies.
I'd never change from Pampers.
Not for 100 packs of another nappy.
New Salon Selective's volumizing shampoo with ceramide gives your hair body and movement. So no matter how lifeless you are, your hair needn't be.
All right, ciao.
At PC World, we've one simple aim: to find you the best possible solution at our lowest possible price, ready to take home today. With the world's top brands, over 2,000 software titles, technicians in every store. We can even come to your home to get you started. That's why we are the PC World.
PC World.
At East Midlands Electricity, we pride ourselves on our service record. We'll even pay you £20 if we fail to turn up for an appointment. So, if you're already with us, sit back and relax.
The Gay Exchange is now half price. Call 0894 888888 and take advantage of this great special offer. Right here, right now.
Let your lips speak volumes with Rimmel's new Rich Moisture Lipstick. It's drenched with 65% moisturizing ingredients for a smooth, creamy finish that lasts. With 25 high luster shades, dipping into Rimmel has never been easier. Make up your own language with Rimmel.
Just can't forget the film I saw last night on my Philips digital widescreen.
Consenting adults.
We need your consent and we need it now.
Heading for a breakdown.
This isn't just about you anymore.
We've got to get out.
A collision course of self-destruction.
Supposing I accept your proposal.
Oh, great. Well, now what are we going to do?
You won't let us cut him free. You'll have to persuade him.
That's the deed.
Decision time.
Either we take your legs now, or your missus buries you next Wednesday. It's all or nothing.
Who's got the upper hand now? Picking up the pieces Thursday at 9 on ITV.
In half an hour, a Planet Rock profile of Seattle band Presidents of the USA. First, the Haunted Fishtank.
Welcome, I'm Edward Hall and this is the Haunted Fishtank. For those of you who haven't watched the programme before, it separates quality TV from Noel's House Party, which coincidentally Chris Evans reckons will be off the air within a fortnight. First up, the week's main television news. Yet again, the poor BBC has been presented with problems. Gail Porter, the children's hostess from Fully Booked, has posed nude for a gentleman's magazine. The B's problems are piling up. We have even more footage of another presenter in peril. Here he is, revealing all.
Lovely. Oh, you're a natural, you, aren't you? Now turn around and show us what's up there. Oh, I tell you, that's lovely. And again. Oh, you're a natural star.
That's disgusting. Here's what's in the rest of the show.
So that's a foot spa, a health spa, and a £20 voucher for your local spa, so near so. 3 fantastic prizes.
Young and gorgeous.
Zoe left school as soon as she was 16.
I think I can get a part in it. It's looking quite good. I said I'll sleep with my sister.
More news now, and it's not all doom and gloom for the BBC. Having lost the cricket to Channel 4, they've struck a deal with Sky to bring one of the fastest growing spectator sports to terrestrial television. It's called mascot boxing. Commentary here by Match of the Day's Sue Thurl.
It was a fiercely fought contest when mascot Foxy faced up to the 2 little pigs. Or was it 3? Oh, shit.
The watercolour artist, also known as Prince, celebrated his 50th birthday this week with Ambassador Spice, Jerry Halliwell.
Happy birthday, Your Royal Highness. Happy birthday to you.
When Marilyn Monroe did it for JFK, it was sexy, but when Jerry did it, it was ill-conceived. Meanwhile, at the MTV Awards last week, a double-glazing salesman from Stoke-on-Trent showed his best Liam Gallagher impression.
Damn right, too.
That was the news. Here's the reviews. In-Laws was all about the problems people face when marriage brings another family into the fold. Watch this clip and tell me if the particular in-law in question is either a normal man driven to the edge or a dangerous lunatic.
Chris went to pick the children up and they ended up having a row over something or other. And Serena turned around and says, "You can tell that old bastard of a father of yours, because he's got a dicky heart, he's going to be put 6 feet under, and I've got the people to do it."
Oh, Serena made threats all right. Trouble is, she's got all the mouth and no do, as a rule. But this time she had the mouth and the do, yeah.
Now, this is the procedure I used to have to go through, due to the threats and the what have you I got. I used to put the lock on, put the mortise lock on, make sure everything's safe. Then I'd make sure my axe was here, which I've had to do because of the threats were so severe. They threatened to bury me at one time, so they want me, they've got to go through me and my pal. And it's as simple as that.
That nut's got a point, and it's in the shape of an axe. Comedy Lab, a new series on Channel 4, is a showcase for the best new comic talent around. It opened this week with Bolton's Peter Kay and his docu-soap parody about life in motorway services. Here's a cornucopia of clips from an enjoyable half hour.
That's a foot spa, a health spa, and a £20 voucher for your local spa, so near so. 3 fantastic prizes, and all available today on Jolly FM, your favourite waste of time.
Oh, Jesus Christ, look at this. Don't come in here. That disgusts me. Why can't people flush the filthy bastards? Look at it.
Bloody French. Me and Ardeen, we got caught up in Dep in '93 in one of them tractor and truck disputes. 8 hours. And nasty. They were setting fire to sheep at one point. Pity they weren't that bullshit in 1939 when we needed them, huh? We've done a bit of good then.
And if you enjoyed that, expect to see more of Peter Kay on Channel 4 in the coming months. Another man of 1,000 faces, most of them looking like Harry Enfield, is Harry Enfield. New to ITV is Sermon from St Albion's, a political satire based on the Private Eye parish newsletter written by local vicar Tony Blair.
Let us remember, in our prayers today, Ron Davis, who's let us all down very badly after an incident on St Albion Common, the details of which are too unpleasant to be mentioned in a family service. Help us to bear in mind that what Mr Davis chooses to do in his private life has nothing whatever to do with his duties as a member of the parish council. And help him to understand that I had to sack him.
Also new this week, ITV's answer to Crime Watch. It's called Britain's Most Wanted and tries to look distinctive by mixing the production values of the X-Files with tabloid journalism. All very glossy, but you have to ask yourself if this sort of show is the deterrent the criminal justice system has been waiting for.
Here he comes, Jordy, this is him coming. This is him coming. Go ahead. Help me, stung!
The stinger hits and the car comes to a stop in a few hundred yards.
Here, what are you going to pay for the damage there, kid? Say your age. What? Say your age. Say whose age?
The car is packed with 5 passengers. The driver appears more worried about being identified than his actual arrest. He hasn't stolen the car, but he is charged later with drink driving and failing to stop for the police.
Reality television like that is big business. The public's appetite for as-it-happened crime, mishap, disaster seems to be limitless. So if you're thinking of committing a murder, crashing a car, or nosediving into the ground, dress up smart and think eyes and teeth.
Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's funny, but it's always real TV.
A military chopper is about to crash. He's the minister caught on tape trying to hire a hitman.
The driver is desperate to escape and is racing at more than 100 miles an hour. As he dodges past the tail end of the traffic, too late he realizes the danger up ahead. Incredibly, the thief is thrown clear and bounces across the ground.
That's not dangerous driving. This is dangerous driving. In a desperate search for revenue, the Haunted Fishtank has entered into the reality TV business with our new crime series which explores the depths of depravity in a village community.
The sleepy village of Piddlington-on-the-Marsh, but underneath this rural facade, a community is suffering from a crime wave equal to those of the major cities and towns. Check out this bastard. He's alone on the street. He looks once, twice, thinks he's alone, and then bang! He's littered. Who's this cat walking into the local library? He comes in with 2 books. The bastard's not paid for them. He looks aggrieved. He argues with the staff. He argues again. He doesn't bank on us watching him, and he pays the fine. Thank God he did. Look at this lunatic. He's driving like an assassin from hell. It's 31 miles an hour in a 30 zone. He doesn't bank on children or animals. He's killed them all if he bumps into them. He's a bastard.
Speaking of crimes committed in villages, this week for my sins I went to visit the set of one of Britain's leading soaps to find out what exactly happens when cousins marry. Today, viewers, I am literally in the middle of nowhere because I'm on the secret set of Emmerdale, somewhere in the heart of Yorkshire. Here it is, the town little sign. There it is, all of Emmerdale. They're the crew making the Christmas episode at the moment. They won't tell us what's going on. I want to try and find out what is going on. At the moment, we'll have just seen you be absolutely harrowed because you've lost your true love, haven't you?
Yeah, Mandy. Mandy. Well, he's upset, obviously, because he loves Mandy, but he doesn't really know why he loves her. He's just sort of completely and utterly in love with her, and he's blindly in love with her.
Get out of the way. I loved you, you know. Yeah? You never loved me.
How do you try and stop the wedding?
Well, he doesn't. I mean, he can't speak.
If anyone knows of any lawful reason why these two should not be joined in marriage, they should say so now.
No, nothing. Look, carry on.
Did you not say Mandy? Hold on. He's your cousin.
I know. It's not very nice, is it?
Did anyone ever mention that in the show?
Not really. Not really. But the thing was, it's such a big family, they're all into bread, aren't they? And...
Come on, Mandy. We're home. Over the threshold.
Who haven't you had?
Who haven't I had? I haven't had Marlon, and I really want to go out with Marlon. I haven't had... I've had, like, Seth and, like, Alan Turner, and I've had my brother, obviously.
That could happen. The storyline does seem to reflect what all our common perceptions of countryside is. Because he's her cousin, isn't he?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And they're kind of cousins are marrying in the whole thing.
But it doesn't start. Yeah, it's been going on for years in Emmerdale, and everybody's doing one at the moment. It's just like brother and sister together, and it's.
Are they?
I mean, it's all been done before, but it's constantly ongoing in Emmerdale, and it's kids with two heads and bandos.
Just relaxing now with the crew, trying to blend myself in. I think I can get a part in it. It's looking quite good. I said I'll sleep with my sister. That's it for part 1 of the Emmerdale piece and part 1 of the Haunted Fishtank. Come back for part 2 of the Haunted Fishtank and part 2 of the Emmerdale piece. And a naked woman.
At Tesco, you can now get 20% off all mince pies. But hurry, they won't be around forever.
Hot burn, jumping acid, burning fire.
Ultra-low sulfur reduces sulfur emissions by as much as 90%.
I said, did you know that Elf's new ultra-low sulfur diesel reduces sulfur emissions by as much as 90%?
Elf ULSD, it won't cost you the earth. Kellogg's Optima Fruit and Fibre now combines the finest ingredients with OptiB, a brilliant blend of all 8 B vitamins. Kellogg's Optima, OptiB your best in the morning.
Here to help those who find themselves in a bit of a pickle. Good work, sisters.
At Currys, you'll find Britain's biggest choice of TVs and videos. And it's now even better. We've all you need for digital satellite TV. Set-top receivers and integrated sets, nobody has a bigger choice. And we promise, if you find a cheaper price, we'll match it on the spot. Currys, the choice for you.
Currys, the choice for you.
Welcome, new age warrior, to the world of competition fishing.
Want something with a bit more bite? McDonald's spicy potato wedges and dips. A great new taste with a bit more spice.
Don't let hard water line scale ruin your washing machine. Remember, use a Calgon tablet with every wash.
Washing machines live longer with Calgon.
Welcome back to the Haunted Fish Tank. In part 1, we saw the first instalment of my expose into rural incest in Emmerdale. If they keep up the inbreeding for another 20 years, they'll look like the royal family. Here's part 2. If you were a genuine Emmerdale fan, you would want to do what we're about to do now, which is just walk into the Woolpack and say, I like a pint of your foamiest beer. So come on, let's do that. Hiya, I'd like a pint of your foamiest beer, please. Well, I can't get any foamy beer. Just to give you an indication of how much money Emmerdale's got, that house in the background no one lives in. That house is built just because it might appear in a wide shot when they're filming. This is actually a war memorial for the men of Emmerdale who gave their lives in the Great War. Emmerdale wasn't even running in the war. Another interesting fact, to build this graveyard in Emmerdale, they have actually bought real gravestones of real people from a real churchyard. Now, there is a very vague chance that one of your relatives might actually be one of these prop gravestones here. I'm a big fan of the show, as you can probably tell. So what I want to do is leave my mark on it just by moving this push bike. If you look here, they want a paper boy or girl. Now, why not give them a phone? Their telephone number here, it's V Windsor's, and it's 01756 701 617. If the lease runs out, there you are with the cameras, and you're thinking, right, we've got to level the place.
Train?
A train crash?
On the plane, haven't we?
Could you just do a double header and have a train and plane hit?
Yeah, anything you like. Yeah, we could have an exploding gas main, couldn't we? Perhaps it could be built on a cow's cesspit or something, and the methane gas coming out of the cow's cesspit could explode, couldn't it? How's that one, Kieran?
Right, the press officer's gone.
Yeah, that's
Can you give us any plot lines away for Christmas?
Yeah, Mandy's actually got a wig on. She has in real life. She's got a bald head, and her wig comes off in one of the bits. They used it because she lost all her hair, and the black wig comes off.
There you go. Hello, yeah. I've seen you got a paperboy's job advertised. Yeah. I have got my own bike. Yeah, I don't mind getting up early. Okay, you're in whereabouts? Emmerdale. Okay, I'll be there. Emmerdale, arguably the finest agricultural soap on television. Now, consider this. A man encourages his 16-year-old stepdaughter to enter the soft porn industry. She also wants her mother and cousin to undress for a photo shoot. A storyline from another soap? No. The subject of a Channel 5 documentary.
For a shoot situation, you know, I wouldn't like her to go out in the street like it, but it's sort of dignified, but sort of near the mark, if you get what I mean.
Dad!
Yes, dearest. Where are you?
I'm in here.
Can I pull it open?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Whoa! No, I don't think so, unless you make it in a cup or two bigger.
I mean, you could get...
Because it's nice. Oh, look at that, though. Oh, look at that, though, isn't it nice?
Yeah, it is nice.
We used to ask you, the general public, what you think of issues like that one, but quite frankly, you blew it. Still, this week, we decided to give you one more chance, and you didn't let us down. You were rubbish again. This is what you had to say about that bloke and the model stepdaughter.
I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. I mean, it's bad enough the daughter, but I don't think the mother should do it as well.
Supposing you, but if she wants to do it, fine. You know, I think the decision is hers.
Well, I wouldn't like it to be my daughter anyway.
It depends on the situation. You see if she, you know, if she looked like she was up for it, then you know, then you'd give it a crack, wouldn't you?
This day and age, I think people are prepared to do anything to earn a living, and if she's happy with it, fine. You know, I see nothing wrong with that at all.
It's legal, but they're easily influenced, aren't they, at 16? So I think I think with the right advice, they could be persuaded not to as well.
No, I wouldn't do it, but, you know, everybody's different. That's a great thing about this world, isn't it?
Some shows use vox pops to fill up dead air. As you can see, we're no exception. Now, the preview. The award-winning one-off Cold Feet has finally been made into a series. It started last Sunday on ITV, and here's a taste of the next episode, in which John Thompson struggles to come to terms with fatherhood.
Blimey. Oh, never mind, I'll clean you up. Come here. That's it. That's it. There we go. Hey! Oh, dots. It's only way. It's only way. Right, come here, bud. That's it. Right, up we go. Up there. Oh. Jenny!
That child must have a serious bowel disorder. Next up, Funny Girls, a docu-soap shot in the Blackpool of the North, Blackpool. It's about the opening of a gay club, and in this clip, a man chooses a dress.
In Maxine's shop, Adrian gets the star treatment. And this is quite right, because over the years, Zoe's taste has progressively become more expensive.
That is a Zoe dress.
It is.
Is that gorgeous?
It just needs to be, the split could be a bit higher, just about
there.
No, because it goes up there, and it's gonna, you know, I like to show my cleavage.
Nice dress, though.
Not shaved my chest, I've not shaved my legs, but it'll all be done for the night.
It's actually got boobs in it.
Whoa.
Whoa, well, no, it's not you at all, is it?
That's Margarita Placatan.
I love you.
Once I got my tape on, should have brought my surgical tape with me, and you can see, I think, how the boobs will look. Like that, you see.
Call me old-fashioned, but that dress clashes with his masculinity. War and Peace is the hilarious play-on-words title given by the BBC to their new docu-soap. Here's two lads on the slippery slope to unemployment.
Scott and Fraser arrived in the Alps with just £1,400 between them to last the whole season. Most visitors get through that in a fortnight. They plan to supplement their meagre funds with casual work. They're both incorrigible optimists.
Our cleaner, we fired her yesterday, so that's why the place looks like a pigsty.
Unlike the chalet girls who arranged their work in advance, Scott and Fraser thought they'd just turn up. They've more chance of catching pneumonia than getting jobs.
In London, you can find a job and you can keep it even if, like, you crap at it. But I mean, like, out here you can't even get the job in the first place, and once you've got it, you gotta work to keep it. They can pay you what they want because it's a job, and they can be so selective, and they can kick you out for anything, and they know that they can replace you like that.
Those boys, they're characters, aren't they? Last, but certainly not least, cookery from the Discovery Channel. In a one-off documentary called The Rat Among Us, a chance to learn how to rustle up an ancient delicacy.
In some places, however, predators of a different calibre are lurking. In the Far East and in parts of Africa, rat meat is deemed a dainty delicacy. The chef carefully skins the rat and roasts the well-nourished animal until it is nice and crisp. It is served with vegetables and soy sauce.
Delicious, especially when followed by a little vermicelli. To remind you of those programmes again, you can see Cold Feet and Funny Girls on ITV, War and Peace on BBC One, and The Rat Among Us on the Discovery Science track. Time now for the weird video. In a week when the government has indicated that it might permit use of marijuana to treat certain medical conditions, here's ex-drug smuggler Howard Marks celebrating the virtues of the weed.
In the end, the Rastas couldn't get the goat bomb to work properly, so we went back to using the very effective peanut butter jar.
Mommy and Daddy, all are we so poor. We all like to sleep on the floor. Time it come and it blow down me door. Me happy.
The Dreads were very into the ritual surrounding the use of the herb, and prayed or chanted some sort of incantation before each blast.
It's competition time now. Last week's lucky winners who will receive box sets of Children of the Corn are Mark Telfer from Northampton and Michelle Rowland from London. Well done, you two. This week's prize is simply fantastic. We are giving away a collection of Scream 2 goodies, including T-shirts, the film itself, and soundtracks. OK, here is a sample of Scream 2 to frighten you.
Sorry. Wait, let me guess. A house in Sorority Row? Doing the trip blood? Splatter University? Graduation day? Final exam? Am I close?
To win our prize, just tell us who directed Scream 2. Was it A, horror director Wes Craven, B, Newsround presenter John Craven, or C, female songstress Beverly Craven? Phone now on 0660 12 12 00. That's 0660 12 12 00. Calls cost 50p. Once again, that number is 0660 12 12 00. Well, that's it for this week. Until next time, goodbye. You are nothing. I have had it up to here with you. That's it!
Through a life of wonder, a journey. On a voyage of truth, a test. In the shadows of boyhood, a man.
If you have your heart set on dying, I will oblige.
From ITV, at the heart of drama.
Stand still!
A second adventure.
Pull out that fire!
A second chance.
It's the Black Death.
The action has only just begun. Dennis Lawson, Robert Lindsay, Johan Griffith. Hornblower, Wednesday at 8 on ITV.
Next tonight, there's music as Dave Fanning talks to Seattle rockers, the presidents of the USA.
How can you capture the freshness of the mountains in all your clothes? With new Ariel Alpine, wear the fragrance of mountain air. New Ariel Alpine.
Sequence. Play your cards, then place your counters to get 5 in a row. One word of caution. 2-eyed jacks are wild, and 1-eyed jacks are killers. Sequence. Be careful who you're playing with.
To send packages right around the world at warp speed, TNT has to be the logical choice. TNT Global Express, Logistics and Mail.
Not everybody's idea of a pet, but of course I'm not everybody. Hamsters, rabbits, fish, I believe he's partial to all of them. And next door, they used to have a poodle.
Putting our names on a register is part of all our lives. It can help make our lives easier. Registration allows us to make a choice. But there is one register that will do more. The NHS Organ Donor Register saves lives. The more people who register, the more lives that can be saved. Pick up this leaflet or call free on 0800 555 777.
Jimmy Hanley and Lionel Jeffries star in a story of mystery in a coastal village. The Black Rider is a change to the advertised film, and that's at 2:30.
Tonight on Planet Rock Profiles, it's the Presidents of the United States of America. No, it's not Bill, George and Ronald, it's Dave, Chris and Jason. They emerged from the biggest rock and roll town in the world, that's Seattle in Washington State, in the wake of the huge success of bands like Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Soundgarden, etc. But their music comes from the completely opposite end of the spectrum. In other words, the Presidents of the United States of America like to have a lot of fun.